Look at Daisy through the window. Look at her. Oh, God. All right, while Daisy fiercely guards the treasures, we're going to go out and see if we can find some more. All right, so we are here at the flea market. Looks like we got a pretty decent crowd here today. Looks like the parking lot is a little fuller than usual, so we will get a spot ourselves and see what we can find here today. All right, so do you remember the garage sale that I went to a few weeks ago? It was the flea market dealers and it was a total bust. And I said that if there were any one-offs that I wanted to check out in the future, I would just, go over and look at their stand just to see if they got anything new. And that's what I did here. And lo and behold, they actually had something new in, which was this stack of 1970s UFO magazines. And this is something you definitely want to look into if you see it. This particular issue right here, Cosmic Frontiers from 1977, that just sold on eBay for $25, and there were multiples of them, so you could scale it and make it a replenishable item. So I figured, see if I could try to make a deal, buy them in bulk. They wanted $3 a piece, or 2 for $5. Since there were 11 of them, I got an even better bulk deal, got them all for $22. Now, this is something I would have picked up, this Barnyard Animal set from Plasticville. The problem is that these animals are really molded. You'll see some examples of it, and it's the type of mold that's not going to come off easily. It's really set into it pretty badly. This set would go for $35 if it was in good shape, but you could see there the pig, it's just really set in. Plus, there's parts of it that are damaged as well, as you could see there right on the front. So unfortunately, I had to pass on this. All right, well, we're done with the flea market. While there were more people looking around shopping for stuff, there were not more vendors. And so it was pretty much of the same stuff. Although I'm still happy that I came, because getting this stack of vintage UFO magazines was really a great pickup, because with this one selling for $25, I should make all my money back just on one of these magazines, and then the rest of them will all be profit. So if they sell for the same amount, you got $25 there, you've got another $25 there, you've got $25 there. So right there, you've got 100. And then these should sell either alone or in combos for 10 to 15 bucks. So, it should still be a good pickup there. So I'm going to head off to the estate sale. And this is the one where the second day they have the discount. Anything that's $25 or less is half off. So, we'll see what happens over there. Let's head over there right now. All right, we are coming up to the estate sale here. So you can see there's a bunch of cars parked. Trying to figure out which one is the actual house. Yep, this is the one right here. As you could probably tell from this little side shot, it's another one level. It's been a year of one level house estate sale picks this year. I don't know why, but it's just been the trend. So I'll get you a broader view of the house in just a moment once I get around this tree here. So here we go down the basement stairs, and I'm hoping to find all sorts of great treasures, as is what usually happens when I head down the basement stairs. I saw a bunch of shoes, so I started to look through those, and unfortunately, these were not great brands, unlike the ones that I found last week. Remember last week I found a whole bunch of shoes that were around $40, $50, $60. These would, comp for around $30, $35. The problem is, look at the original price of $20 per shoes and sneakers. That's just crazy. Big thumbs down. The boots were $25. Now, it's half off, but it's still too much. you could see here that there's just no name brand on some of the stuff, even the boots, like inside. That's just telling you things about the boots. It's not telling you the brand. So there's one of the problems is lots of generic types of things there. You know, last week when I bought all those sneaker pairs for $2 a piece or $1 a piece without the box, and those were in brand new condition. Some of these here were used. There's just no way to justify it. And you could just see here a lot of just generic, run-of-the-mill stuff. Be careful with this if you're new. A lot of people get tricked by these things. They look like they're vintage from the outside, but the condition is too good, and underneath there's UPC codes, and they're made in China. So that's your dead giveaway that they're not really vintage. And so what you're seeing here is a lot of yawn, boring stuff, really. Now, I don't mind getting boring stuff if it sells, but this is boring stuff that doesn't sell well. You could even see here, like a lot of the appliances here, you know, there's nothing here that's really vintage. Even the DVD player back there is just some knockoff generic brand, like not anything that has a resale value. The floors were in pretty rough shape. I'll show you later. And ironically, there were some things there that the estate sale dealer thought was pretty valuable, like a $600 vase here. No, I don't think so. And in another room, he had one of those as well. So yeah, that's just not going to sell to anyone here. He's going to have to put that in like an auction format or something somewhere else. So you know, here, like you look at these and you think, oh, well, maybe they're, Uggs or something, nope, they're not. Timberlands, nope, so it's just some boring generic brand. And here's, the gross floors. So at this point, I'm like, all right, well, like they say in showbiz, good night, everybody. So that one wound up being a total bust. Now, what was the problem there? Was it that I waited until the second day? No. I mean, of course, there's stuff that sold on the first day that if I was there, maybe I would have been able to pick up. But I've shown you time and time and time and again that you could still source amazing treasures on the second day, including numerous times this year with this particular dealer. So that wasn't the issue. The issue really was with the quality of stuff that the homeowner was investing in or was purchasing. It was a lot of, you just saw a pattern there of a lot of generic type of things or just low value types of brands. And so that's why you could get into a situation like this where you go into a basement and there's really nothing there of value because that's what the person was investing in and purchasing. And that's very unusual, especially in the area that I'm in right now, which is really well known for being able to find a lot of good vintage items and a lot of awesome collectibles. But, for whatever reason, that's just not what this person was purchasing throughout their life. And so, that's the kind of stuff you're going to find. This stuff happens sometimes. And it's just a good reminder for those who are new, who are coming by and, they see a lot of successful, results from these estate sale picks that it's not always like that. You're going to have days like this, but that's what makes those days where you do make those treasure scores, much more enjoyable and more fun. So anyway, I've still got some other things to do related to my reselling business. We're going to head over to Target and I'm going to show you why in just a moment. All right, we're at Target number 1. Going to drive up here, pick something up. Okay, so this is what I picked up. I highly suggest these clear storage totes. They are amazing. You get good deals from these at Target. You get them at Walmart, Lowe's, wherever you want to go, Home Depot. But, we got a good deal here at Target. And I'm going to hit up another Target as well to get 10 more of these because as my business has grown, I've just got so much stuff that I need to organize, especially for the winter time. So it's really, really important that I'm able to see it and label it as well. So this will help me do that. Now, Mrs. Primetime is so funny. These totes are actually kind of hard to find around here. So she's been scoping out all the stores, and then whenever she finds some of them, she puts them on reserve for me. And so this is one Target in which she set it up so that all I had to do is drive into this little spot here, and then they just came up and they just put it in the back of my car. Now, the other Target, she got 10 more for me, and they were supposed to be ones where I walk into the store, but she just texted me that she's going to try to change it to pickup. So she's spoiling me, but we're going to head over there and get the other 10. So let's see what happens. Okay, and here we are, Target number 2. 12 bins Mrs. Primetime ordered, and she got me hooked up again for the drive-in pickup. Awesome. So if you haven't done this before, you just drive up to a number and then you just call them and let them know that you're here, and then they just come over, they scan your little barcode, and they put the stuff right in your car for you. It's super easy. It's already paid for too. So a little bit of a mishap here. We now have a total of 15. We're supposed to get 12 more, but they brought out 7 additional ones that had different colored lids. They were like peach colored. And don't mess with Mrs. Primetime. She was very, very strict that she wants them all streamlined. She wants them all gray. So I went in and returned the other ones. After 20 years of marriage, I've learned not to argue. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, the thing is, now that that happened, trust me, she's going to be on a relentless mission to find 7 more with gray lids, and she will not stop night and day until she finds them, I'm telling you. All right, well, we're back at Primetime Treasure headquarters, and let me give you a little update on some organizational projects that we have going on here. Now, you can see right there, there are the 15 bins that I was talking about, and what we are going to do with those is that a lot of this stuff that you see here, a lot of this inventory now, I know it looks bad, but keep in mind that a bunch of this stuff is stuff that was displaced from the flood in the basement, and we have contractors coming for another set of jobs that need to be done, and that's going to be on September 10th. So hopefully sometime later in September I could show you the final version of that project. But then there's just some random things that just kind of get stored here over the summertime and part of the fall. But I do need it all organized because in the wintertime, I do need to bring the Primetime Treasure Mobile in here. So that's one task. And let me show you where these bins are ultimately going to go. Okay, so what we want to do is get inventory into these bins organized by content area. So for example, over here, you could see ones that are all Funko Pops. These are plushes. These are Halloween items, for example. And we want this entire shelf to transform into that so that when we come into the garage, that's what we see rather than all of this randomness. Now, obviously, it's not going to work to have big, giant items like this put inside of the bins. So that's another goal, is over the next month or two to focus on getting some of these bigger items listed and some of these bulk items listed that I've been building lots for a while, like all of this blank media. So we're gonna work on that, and I'm gonna show you another project that we made some significant progress on, and that has to do with comic books, some of which you could see over here. We'll get back to those in a moment. All right, so I'm taking you into my secret man cave area over here. By the way, did I ever show you my Justice League of America pillow? I absolutely love this thing. But anyway, this is actually a completed project. It was just finished today. I want to thank my daughter, Little Mrs. Primetime, who we paid to basically go through all of these comic books here and sort them all by alphabetical order. So it took her a while to do it, but it's awesome now. So as you can see here, I have the boxes labeled according to series. So you can see here, this is series 1, G2 to H1. So if I opened it up, I would see that I have comic books starting with G, like Green Arrow, and it goes all the way back here to House of M. And they are basically arranged so that I could follow them alphabetically. Like you could see here, H2 to I. And then over here, I've got series D2. And then I've got, series 1 M2, series 1 B3 to C1. And there's B2. And then there's C2. And basically, Z is all the way in the back there. Now, why is it called series 1? Because I basically have 4 main areas where comics have been built up. And so this over here is a smaller one. This is what we're going to call series 2. So what's going to happen is, let's say I want to sell a bunch of Green Lantern comics, for example. So what I could do is I could just go over here and I could just, grab a stack of Green Lantern comic books. And then I could just go over to series 2 and go to the G box and pull the ones out of there. And then I could go to series 3 and series 4. Where is series 3 and series 4? I'll show you. That back there is series 3. So all of that has to get organized. The stuff up top, I've never actually gone over yet. That comes from the storage unit. So I know some people have asked me about that. I haven't even unboxed that stuff yet. So, but this is all part of the plan. It's going to get done soon. All right, where's series 4? Well, you guessed it, right in Primetime Treasure Shed quarters. So you might remember when I had the flood, I had to find a place to put the comic books and reorganize them. And so I've got them in here for now. I'll show you right over here what I'm talking about. A lot of them are elevated right here up top on the shelves. There's obviously a ton of them there. In fact, you could see over there, I've got my Castle Grayskull on top of some of them. There's just a lot. And there are also a bunch of them you could see there on the floor. I am going to try to get those elevated off of the floor. But for right now, that's where we're at. Fortunately, we are in a no flood zone over here. We've never had any kind of flooding. Of course, you never know, anything could happen. So I am going to try to be safe and get them up on something. But that's the plan. There's also a bunch right here behind me that you could see down on the lower level as well. So there's just, a lot that's part of series 4. But once it's all organized, it's going to be awesome. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm really going to be able to, grab everything very easily and efficiently, and it's going to help me sell things better. So organization is critical. But you're going to have times, especially if you buy in bulk and you buy a lot of stuff, and if you have another job, that, sometimes things are going to pile up. The key is to recognize that it is piling up. And to also, so last tip for today, to also be more surgical with your picks, and you don't have to go out and source as much. So I don't go out really anymore and just drive around the entire day sourcing for stuff, because I don't need to do that. I still like to get out there a little bit and do it because it's fun. I enjoy doing it. It's part of the channel too. But I just don't have to go out and get like 10 million things. Of course, if there's a great deal, I'll pick it up. But again, it's not something that's necessary at this point in time. So I'm going to be focusing a lot on this stuff soon. So anyway, I hope those tips helped you out, and I will show you progress over time of what's going on. Part of doing this video is also a way to make myself accountable. But even if I didn't do that, trust me, Mrs. Primetime is going to hold me accountable. So I definitely have to get stuff more organized. So anyway, that's it, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Come on by to my Facebook group, the Facebook Reselling Resource Center. You won't want to miss it. We've got the big Seller Supporting Sellerthon coming up this Tuesday. It's a massive event, about 20,000 resellers in the group, and a lot of them get involved supporting each other with purchasing from one another. A lot of people make a lot of sales during that event. So come on by. It's a lot of fun. I hope to see you over on Instagram as well. That's at prime_time_treasure. I'll see you back at the next one, everyone. Take care. Hello, Daisy. Are you sad because mommy's gone right now? Oh, you are so cute. Just want to say hello again. You are so tired right now. I know it's so hard standing guard all day here at PTHQ. Look at those sleepy eyes. All right, everyone. Daisy appreciates all of your comments, all of your hellos. I always say hi to her from each one of you. So thanks so much. And just make sure you drop a little line to her every once in a while. She loves to hear from you. All right. Take care, everyone.